Have you ever wondered about the history of the beautiful Lakshadweep Islands? A tropical paradise nestled in the Arabian Sea, off the southwestern coast of India, the Lakshadweep archipelago is more than just a haven of sandy beaches and crystal-clear waters. It is a treasure trove of fascinating history and rich culture. Let's take a journey back in time to the very genesis of these islands. The ancient history of Lakshadweep is shrouded in mystery and folklore. According to local legend, the islands were created by Parashurama, an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, who threw his axe into the sea, and the land that rose from the waters became the Lakshadweep Islands. In the realm of archaeology and history, it is believed that the islands have been inhabited for thousands of years. The earliest settlers were likely to have been seafarers from the Indus Valley civilization. These early inhabitants lived a simple life, sustained by the bounty of the sea and the land. They developed a unique culture, influenced by their isolation and the surrounding natural beauty. As time passed, the islands saw the influx of diverse communities. The arrival of the Cheras, a powerful dynasty from the mainland, marked a significant turning point. They introduced new systems of administration, trade, and culture, greatly influencing the island's way of life. The rich tapestry of Lakshadweep's history is also woven with threads of spirituality. Buddhism was prevalent during the early centuries, followed by the advent of Islam in the 7th century. The conversion of the islanders to Islam was largely peaceful and gradual, led by missionaries who arrived from the Middle East. So, from the mythical creation by Parashurama to the seafaring settlers from the Indus Valley, from the influential Cheras to the peaceful arrival of Islam, the early history of Lakshadweep is a captivating tale of change and adaptation, of resilience and continuity. But that was just the beginning. The real history of Lakshadweep started to unfold with the arrival of foreign powers. The tranquil waters of Lakshadweep didn't remain untouched for long. The islands started attracting foreign powers. As the 16th century dawned, a new chapter in Lakshadweep's history was about to be written. The Portuguese, famed for their naval prowess and thirst for exploration, set their sights on these secluded islands. The Portuguese arrival was not met without resistance. The islands were under the rule of the Chirakal Raja, a powerful king who was not willing to give up his territory easily. However, the superior naval technology and strategic cunning of the Portuguese eventually led to their control over the islands. The Portuguese rule was marked by a period of significant cultural exchange, with the island's indigenous customs and traditions intertwining with those of the Portuguese. This fusion of cultures is still evident today in the unique blend of architectural styles, local cuisine, and the linguistic influences found in the island's native languages. The Portuguese impact was not just confined to culture and lifestyle. The period also saw a shift in the power dynamics and economic structure of the islands. The Portuguese introduced new agricultural practices and crops, which transformed the island's economy. They also fortified the islands, constructing forts and naval bases that further cemented their control over the region. However, the reign of the Portuguese was not to last forever. As the centuries passed, the islands began to attract the attention of other foreign powers. The Dutch, the French, and the British all cast their eyes on the strategically located and resource-rich islands. The influence of foreign powers didn't end there. The islands were soon to witness another change in power. This was just the beginning of a long period of political turbulence and transitions for the islands of Lakshadweep, a story that we will delve into in the next scene. The 18th century marked the arrival of a new power on the islands, the British. The British East India Company was seeking to establish its rule in India, and the strategic location of the Lakshadweep Islands offered an advantageous position for their maritime activities. As a result, the islands came under the control of the British Raj, and life on the islands began to change. Under British rule, the islands experienced a period of relative peace and prosperity. The British introduced new systems of administration and governance, modernized the local economy, and made efforts to improve healthcare and education. The islanders also adopted English as a second language, a legacy that continues to this day. However, it wasn't all smooth sailing under the British. The islands played a significant role during World War II, serving as a naval base for the British forces. While this brought an influx of resources and attention to the islands, it also exposed them to the risks and ravages of war. Following the end of World War II, India began its journey to independence. The fight for freedom resonated with the people of Lakshadweep, who also yearned to be free from foreign rule. In 1947, when India achieved independence, the islands were integrated into the newly independent nation. Initially, the islands were administered as a part of Madras under the Indian government. However, recognizing the unique cultural and geographical identity of Lakshadweep, the islands were carved out as a separate union territory in 1956. This decision marked a significant milestone in the history of Lakshadweep, allowing the islands to maintain their distinct identity while also being a part of the larger Indian Union. With independence, a new chapter began in the history of Lakshadweep. The islands embarked on a journey of self-governance and development, striving to preserve their unique culture and heritage while also embracing the opportunities of the modern world. Post-independence, Lakshadweep underwent significant changes. The islands, once under the British colonial rule, were now free to chart their own course. The first step towards this was the establishment of a proper administrative setup. The Union Territory of Lakshadweep was officially formed on November 1, 1956. This setup allowed for better governance and improved decision-making, paving the way for progress. The introduction of modern facilities was another significant change. With independence came the desire for advancement and modernization. Schools were established, healthcare facilities improved, and infrastructure developed. The islands saw a transformation from an isolated region to a well-connected and thriving community. The government's focus on education led to a literacy rate of more than 90%, one of the highest in the country. The local economy also saw a shift. For centuries, the people of Lakshadweep had relied mainly on fishing and coconut cultivation. But post-independence, another industry began to emerge: tourism. The pristine beaches, the crystal-clear waters, and the rich marine life made Lakshadweep an attractive destination for tourists from around the world. The government recognized this potential and took steps to promote sustainable tourism, creating job opportunities and boosting the local economy. However, the development did not come at the cost of the island's culture and heritage. The people of Lakshadweep have always been proud of their history and traditions. They have managed to maintain their unique cultural identity while embracing change and progress. Today, you can see a harmonious blend of traditional practices and modern lifestyle in Lakshadweep. In this post-independence era, Lakshadweep has indeed come a long way. From an isolated group of islands to a thriving union territory, the journey has been remarkable. The spirit of the people, their resilience, and their willingness to adapt and grow have been instrumental in this transformation. Today, Lakshadweep stands as a testament to its rich history and resilient people. A beacon of progress in the midst of the vast Indian Ocean, the islands continue to enchant and inspire with their beauty and their story. So, what have we learned about the history of Lakshadweep? Diving into the early history, we discovered that the islands were originally inhabited by the indigenous people, living in harmony with the natural environment. Their culture, traditions, and language were deeply rooted in the unique landscape of this archipelago. As we move forward, we encountered the arrival of foreign powers. The Portuguese were the first to set foot on these islands, leaving indelible imprints on the local culture and social structure. Their influence can still be seen today in the architecture, cuisine, and the overall lifestyle of the inhabitants. The narrative then turned towards the period of British rule. It was a time of significant change, both in terms of administration and development. The British introduced modern education and healthcare systems and also established the coconut industry, which remains a major part of the island's economy today. Finally, we delved into the post-independence era, a time of immense transformation. The islands became a union territory of India, and new policies were implemented to protect the unique environment and cultural heritage of Lakshadweep. The local population was provided with improved education, healthcare, and employment opportunities, while efforts were made to promote sustainable tourism to boost the economy. Throughout this journey, we saw how Lakshadweep, despite its geographical isolation, managed to evolve and adapt to changing times. The islands have faced numerous challenges, from foreign invasions to natural disasters, but have always emerged stronger, preserving their unique identity. In a nutshell, the history of Lakshadweep is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of its people. It is a story of unity and diversity, of struggle and triumph, and of an undying commitment to preserving their unique culture and environment. The history of Lakshadweep is a fascinating journey filled with tales of resilience and transformation, and the islands continue to write new chapters in their history every day.